Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and today I have a one-page sketch for you using this Scrapbook Generation free sketch, and I am going to add 3 photos to it. I'm going to be using this Lost and Found collection from My Mind's Eye. I picked it up at Tuesday morning a while ago. I have the 12 by 12 paper pack as well as the embellishment pieces. I'm going to use this one piece here that has some blue florals on it, and down in the bottom corner it says today, tomorrow, and forever, and I'm actually going to add my title to that. What I decided to do was use this kind of dark piece on the left hand side, and I really like that contrast of the almost black with the blue. Now the black does have some like tone on tone florals to it as well. So the sketch itself calls for 3 photos, and I have these 3 photos of Eli when he was super little. I think this was like even before his first birthday, so he's probably maybe 9 months old in this picture. The sketch also calls for some journaling in that upper right hand square, and I don't really add a whole lot of journaling. There's not really much to it. It's just my mom and Eli together. So I thought that this card here that says you are special would be perfect in that spot, and then I'm going to add some embellishments to go around it. Right below the photos, it does call for a couple of strips of paper, so I found this ruler paper that's in like the green that matches the green in the upper right hand corner. So I went ahead and added that, and then I also have this striped paper which I use my border punch to put a border on it and then add it to the bottom. Of course, I'm going to ink all of my edges in this black soot, and I ink the outside edges as well as all of the inside paper. So as I'm getting these layers down, I just want to let you know that I am going to turn this into a double page layout. I'm going to do that in a separate video, but I have some photos of Eli and his mom from the same day. And I really wanted to showcase the 2 separate layouts together, but them being single layouts. So I am going to use the same paper pad, but I'm going to change it up and they will coordinate with each other. So as you saw, I just used my X-Acto knife and my T-square ruler to trim off a little bit of the sides of the photo. It just didn't line up properly, and sometimes it's just easier just to get it down. Just make sure that when you do that technique that you don't press too hard, because you can cut right into the paper. So I felt like there needed to be some type of division between that ruler paper and the blue stripe paper. So I used this like super tiny, I don't even think it's a 1/4 of an inch, it might even be like an 1/8 of an inch, and I just used that to kind of separate those 2, and you really can't even tell unless you look really closely, but I didn't want the seams of the paper showing. I'm trying to figure out something to go along with that scallop circle that I cut out. I wanted to do a couple of banner pieces like the sketch called for, but I couldn't find anything that I really liked, and I was struggling with it. I do end up with this like green paper that has like ovals on it. I was also struggling with my banner punch because the pieces of paper were too small for it, so I couldn't get it right. So I did end up just folding the paper in half and cutting it that way. I also do have the 6x6 paper pad, so I went ahead and cut out a piece of pattern paper from that as well, and I thought that I would use that as one of my banners. So again, I struggle with the banner punch. It's one of those things that I should have just folded in half and cut it that way, but after struggling with it, I do finally cut evenly on both sides. So I go ahead and add that piece on top of the kind of green piece, and I adhere all of those down to the fun foam in the back so that the scallop circle stands up, but the banner piece is flat to the layout. Then I added a heart that I punched out using the 6x6 paper pad as well, and added that to kind of the center. I felt like I needed another heart in the upper right hand side, so I went ahead and cut out another piece of paper. It has like little tiny polka dots in the brown black color, and I added that to the square up at the top. I do go ahead and use fun foam on that to pop that up, and I wanted to tell you that I was searching for some fun foam. I'm like almost out, and of course I purchased it from Amazon, and I went on Amazon and I went into my orders to try to find like the last time that I purchased it, and it is no longer available. The price of fun foam I feel like has skyrocketed. Before I paid $10 for 40 pieces of fun foam that was adhesive on one side, And the cheapest place that I found on Amazon was like $27. So I was like, oh my goodness, that is like a crazy price increase. I know inflation and a lot of things are more expensive, but more than double is just crazy. So I'm gonna definitely have to do some searching around. If you know of any places that have fun foam at a reasonable price, or you have a link on Amazon, please feel free to post it in the comments below. All right, so this is where I'm going to start working on my title. Like I said, the paper itself says today, tomorrow, and forever. So I went ahead and added I love you. I used an I from a circle alpha that I had, and then I had this love in like a plastic piece, and then I had the word you in a thicker sheet as well. And so my title is Today, Tomorrow, and Forever I Love You, which is a really long title, but I like the way that it all kind of sits there on the bottom, and the fact that it's printed on there, and then there's all that different texture with the different size title and things like that. So I did go ahead and pull out my embellishment book, and I just pulled in pieces that I thought would work. I felt like I really needed a lot more black. There isn't a lot of black except for that dark black piece of paper, so I felt like I needed black in like all of my embellishment clusters so that I could pull in that dark and it's not so stark. So in the upper right hand corner, I have a little floral that's like black and like a kind of a blue color. And then I have a word phrase sticker that says you plus me, which I thought was super cute. And right underneath it, I added a little black arrow pointing over to the photos. I also have this like post-it note stickers. It's that like scallop half circle. I bought those and I feel like I have used that so much. I've gotten so many different uses out of it in so many different layouts. So I added that to the cluster over on the bottom left. And then I also added this little cute stamp that says my heart, and it has a little heart on it. And then I figured why not go ahead and pull out some of those bling flourishes that I talked about in another video. I was like, might as well go ahead and add that to this one as well. So I added that to the top left-hand cluster. I also did cut out a like tag shape in like a glittery paper. And then of course finished up each one of my clusters with some enamel shapes, mainly in hearts, but I also used some circles as well. So here is my final layout as well as some close-ups. I just want to again thank you guys so much for going back and watching my older videos. My watch hours really have skyrocketed lately. Like I go in there every day compulsively checking it, and it's going up probably anywhere from like 10 to 20 hours a day, which is phenomenal. Like I can't believe that you guys are watching my videos that much. I know that it doesn't seem like a lot, but it means so much to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, if you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.